Good morning. Going to pick up a trailer that's in there. What's the latest on the shed? Water lines have gone in, so you can see some coming up there, and there's another two behind the Land Rover. Same over here. One trough sits here, and another two on that side. The Sparky has started, so he's strung up some lines for lighting and plugs, and we're needing power where the cattle crush is, etc. There's a few various bits and bobs needing. So these are basically ready to concrete up to, and then that gets connected up to the trough lines that sit in. There's a line of barriers that sit there. So there's 1, 2, 3 and 4 troughs along here. And then there's 1, 2, 3 or 4 that sit along here as well. Yeah, 4. 4 troughs each side of the shed. All the water runs through the centre here where there'll be no posts. Drain there, water there. Tees off in that direction for these troughs, tees off over there for those troughs, and then heading through there for the handling system where there needs to be water at that I-beam, a wee trough either side of that, and then bullpens up the far side of there. Starting to use it, kind of. It's so flipping wet. We're now on Storm Kieran. 3 storms in a month. The ground is just sodden. It's just so saturated. Any rainfall that's fallen for the last month, the ground's just not had any capacity to take any of it on, so it all just ends up in flooding and runoff, and so frustrating. It rears its head like that. Does the Landy suit it? Probably not. That's probably more suited to a knackered old shed. Roller door in need of repair. That whole side's been put on with 1 tech screw. Could you grab me a couple of clamps? This brush, which is really to stop birds getting up in behind tech screws, have come out of it. It's not been very well put up. Dad's gone to get me a couple of clamps so I can clamp these two together while I get tech screws up into it. Done. It's a bit better than it was. More fat! Fat, lifter, bag, lifter thing on.
Frame services in the area are being
Load of fat at yard 4, then 10 minutes later a load of fat at yard 1. Lorry driver's going to have to sit and wait for 15-20 minutes till I get back. And Bruiser's on its way as well to bruise up some barley here at yard 1. Yard 4 bound. Take me to the place I love. Take me on. It's a load of 0-20-30. 20% P, 30% K. Phosphate and potassium. The last 3 loads have been urea, which is 46% nitrogen, N for nitrogen. So the next bags that are coming are 20 and 30 in those 2 boxes, 0 in all the rest. That is phosphate, that is potassium. So 20% phosphate, 30% potassium. Jobs are good. And then you've got NPKS over here. So this has got a mix of 12% nitrogen, 15 phosphate, 21 potassium, and sulfur, 20%. And then there's plenty more on this one. So these are more kind of trace elements that we don't need huge volumes of. We quite often put them on with a sprayer, with a powder formula which mixes in with a sprayer. So when we're going on with some sort of chemical, a herbicide, a pesticide, whatever, quite often we go on with trace elements, which are boron, copper, zinc, manganese, iron, magnesium, I'll come back to that. Calcium, cobalt, selenium. P, what's P? Flipping heck. P. That's us. One load of mostly not 2030 and 3 bags of urea to finish off our urea that we've ordered. Now the mad dash back to get the next load at yard 1. We've got a couple of pallets of hen minerals and whatnot in the road, so quick swap, get them shifted out the road so we can fit the fert in. Just these 2 pallets. Just need to sweep up. Voila. Job done. 2 loads in. Bruiser shouldn't be far away. Dad's going to pick up rapeseed pellets. That's the protein source for the cattle feed. There's Dad there now. Lorry's away. I'll just go and take those bags off. Left the bag lifter on for that exact reason. We're going to bruise into this heap here, so I'll let 1 bag out on the floor, bruise on top, another bag of pellets on the top of the heap emptied, and then mix it all together. We're also going to bruise that bit of rye as well. That trailer's still full of rye. We need to take the top cover off that as well for next week. Something's happening to that trailer. That was the Doddy Field rye, of which, by the way, we raised, I think we ended up with £6,300 here. Come on. So that's from the Doddy walk, some of that rye. So we're going to bruise that in with the barley. Right, so we have a bruiser arrived. That's us at 7.5 tonne at the moment, roughly. I think we had about 3.5 tonne of rye. Barley goes between 2 big rollers, gets crushed so that the cows can digest the nutrition that is in the barley, otherwise they can't get through the husks, and the stomachs can't penetrate the husks of the barley, and it just goes straight through them out the back end. That's why it gets bruised or rolled or crushed, whatever you call it. We add minerals, we add protein source, which is oilseed rape, and then the cattle eat it. That's us done and dusted. Let's clear that off the chassis. I'm on a panel tonight about natural capital. I'm kind of speaking at it as a farmer, coming at it from a farmer's point of view. Ready for action, dog? Are you coming to Stirling with me? Bit of diesel to get me there. Wish me luck. Drainage update. So where you can see that is dug out, this edge right down to the end of that steel there, this is getting concreted, and we're putting shutters in here. Steel in that corner, place steel there, another one down there, and we're basically following that pitch line of the roof out to the end of that steel as well to make it a covered area for all these bins. Sheltered from the wind and sheltered from the rain, so it'll be a lot tidier. Rubbish from these bins won't blow all down the yard because right now the wind howls down here. The concrete will also be shaped to head water towards that opening, which is the new drainage. That ramp will carry on a wee bit just to the end of that steel there, just to finish it off. And then this will be done. And the drainage will be done, and our water problems, fingers crossed, will be solved. It's a 9-inch pipe out there and down to the grass, so if that plus the 4-inch over there can't hack it, then I don't know what will. We fairly get through the logs this time of year and through the winter in the farm shop. There's a stove in there. Doing a wee bit of rearranging here in the car park. You can see quite a few posts are a little bit skew. That one, it's been clipped with something. These two are leaning in a wee bit. Basically, because of the planning, you have to have a certain straight distance off of the main road at 90 degrees before you can turn, so it made this tight. We shallowed it a bit, but people like to cut this corner and hit the posts. Just a wee nudge in this direction. Same with this one. Straighten it up then, a tiny wee nudge down. Don't want to put it down too much because then it'll look all uneven. Here's an entertaining one for you. Delivery driver came in the wrong entrance. So this is for the farm shop, not deliveries. Anyway, delivery driver comes in here, realizes he's in the wrong spot and tries to exit. Then you'd come up here, normal exit, you'd go off to the left and then you turn left or you turn right. People coming in would come that side. This guy decided he would go right down the middle and obliterate his van on that stone. Unbelievable. The stone's not budged at all, which is great. Just says Globeburn on there. 7 ton that whole thing weighs. So I've shown you the damage, well, no damage to the sign, but the paint marks. Here's the damage to the vehicle. It's lying in the car park right now because the radiator's all knackered. There we go. Ooh, it doesn't look too healthy, does it? Radiator's burst, so it's undrivable. Bumper bar's taking a big whack. I'm not going to give away the company name on the side. I'm not going to throw them under the bus. Well, that was a nice one. Globeburn sign versus a van. Who's the winner? It's some effort. There's bits of our stone on there. I don't know how you managed to do that. Round here with your delivery van, round here, round here, round here. He's obviously tried to go out the right hand side. And instead of going through that big gap there, he's just gone like... He must have had basically his left wheel about here, right wheel about there. Yeah, that's his right wheel there. You can see where it stopped. And then both. There's a bit of his vehicle. Anyway, our shine's not too bad. A couple of wee chips. Everything's a bit neater now. All the posts are relatively straight. Straight enough anyway. Last load of fert for now anyway. Another one in. Another banger. Radio 2 now. Cows, cows, cows. They're just wanting in. We'll get you in.